Today I'm testing out a brand new brand to me. We are going to be doing a full face of Essence makeup. Welcome to my channel where we play with our makeup, explore what we already have, and explore what else is out there. Today I am going to be exploring something new. I have, to my knowledge, never tried anything from the Essence brand, and so we're going to dive into that today by doing a full face of Essence makeup. Now, I am missing, I believe, 3 items, so it's technically not a full face, but the only 3 items I'm missing are brow items, which I'm putting that at 2, so like a brow pencil and a brow gel, and a setting spray. I also don't have a lip liner, but that's because I don't always use lip liners, and I really didn't see a lip liner in stock when I was buying this all that I wanted that went with the lipstick I was buying. So I guess technically 4 items, but I have everything else you could possibly need. So very quickly, Essence is brand new to me. However, they have been around for quite a while. They're newer to the US. I believe they started in the US in 2008, so not that new. But they've been around, I believe, since 2001, and it is a German company, and most of their stuff is made in Europe and all across Europe. Their makeup all meets, of course, all the US requirements, but then also all of the European requirements. Now, I didn't go onto their website to order this, so because of that, some of this stuff might not be new. Like, you might have seen it around for a while, but you're gonna get a fresh thoughts on it. So I'm gonna show you what I got and also tell you how much I spent, and we're gonna apply it. I have all clean sponges, I have all clean brushes, and we are ready to go. What's on my lips currently is just a lip oil from the brand KAB Beauty, I believe it's what it's called. All right, I have really high hopes for this brand. I've seen some influencers use some of these products and they've enjoyed them. They've not had like the best of reviews, but then from others they've had really good reviews. So I'm excited to get my hands on these products and see if it's a good brand, because if it's a good brand, you can't beat this pricing. Like, this is very competitive pricing with e.l.f. In fact, many of these products are less expensive than e.l.f. And e.l.f., we all know, even though their prices have been going up, they're still a much more affordable brand. So I'm really hoping that this brand is a direct competition. So the first thing I have here is their Hydro Primer. This is 48-hour hydrating with hyaluronic acid and cucumber extract. So this is actually a really big size. This is 1.01 fluid ounces. And they had in the store that I bought it from, which was Ulta, so in my local Ulta, they had 3 different options for this, I believe, maybe 4. So I'm excited. This is the one that I picked because I'm a sucker for hyaluronic acid and hydrating, and cucumber extract just sounded good. So that's why I picked this one. And the primer with no sales, no discounts is $4.99. And this is a huge amount, to be completely honest. All right, let's see what it smells like. The packaging is nice. Oh, do I need scissors for that? No, okay. Okay, I don't like that there's like literally, that was so easy to get into. Oh, that smells good. Okay. Let's see, I think I'm gonna apply it with my fingers. Interesting. Okay, so it's not clear like I was expecting. It's white. And I don't know how much of this I need. So I know it looks like I'm putting a lot, but I'm actually not. I'm just doing like itty bitty amounts. The smell is really nice, actually. But it is soaking in to my skin really fast. Like this side is very dry already. This side I put a little bit more and it still feels a little damp. Probably don't need all that much around my nose, actually. I don't know why I did that. Okay. It feels good. It feels very lightweight. It smells great. I would say there's some tackiness, but it's not sticky by any means. Feel like it kind of maybe filled in pores just a little bit and like kind of starting to smooth them, but I don't think it's anything like dramatic, but it definitely feels good and it smells good, and it's honestly like this side has a little bit of tackiness. This side that I used more on has more tackiness, but it just feels like it's trying to dry. We're gonna go in next with the foundation. And so this one is their long-lasting liquid foundation. It is supposedly transfer proof and waterproof. It is their Keep Me Covered foundation. And I picked up the shade 50 Ivory. I'm hoping it's a good shade match for me. You know, those lights in the stores make it hard sometimes. But it is a glass case. Oh, and you get 1.01 fluid ounces. Very nice. And let's see, the price of this I believe was $6.99. Yeah, this foundation is $6.99 for over 1 ounce, which is pretty awesome. It says that this has no added paraben, silicones, or microplastic particles, and no added oils, perfumes, or alcohol. I think it's funny, the wording "no added," something to keep in mind. Let's take that off. Okay, so the lid is plastic, very, very flimsy feeling, but the actual container feels very nice, and this is the pump that it has. And so I shook it up a little bit because it's pretty liquidy. I think I'm going to put it directly on my face like I do with other foundations and see how it goes. I'm afraid. Oh, okay, there it is. I don't know how much I need. That's probably too much. I'm gonna go with that's probably plenty. Moment of truth. Okay, this is very light. This is much lighter than I needed. I think that's gonna have to be what it is. It is obviously not my shade, so I'm gonna try to bring some down a little bit. Just to help it mix a little bit, and then we'll also fix it up with some bronzer and stuff. All right, it has good coverage. It dries pretty fast though, so you do kind of have to work fast. I like the coverage it's giving. I'm not sure I'm loving the way that it's settling into my pores and my skin. But that could be because of application, the way I applied it. I don't know, maybe it works better with fingers. Not sure, but so far, okay. It's definitely bringing out some dryness that I didn't notice before. So I'm not sure if it's actual like dryness it's clinging to, or if it's just kind of clumpy. Cakey, I guess would be the word. Next, we're going to go in with their concealer, which is the Keep Me Covered concealer, which has aloe vera in it. And the shade I went with for this one is 40 Shell. Oh, okay. This is an interesting doe foot. So this is a doe foot that is flat on both sides. just doing the tiniest amount there. Then I think maybe some on the chin because I've got that redness. Okay. And then maybe up here because that's where it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see. I'm gonna use the same sponge I was using here, I think, and just kind of tap it, but I'm gonna use the other side so it's not mixing with the foundation. Okay, that definitely took care of that redness down there. And you can tell that there's a little extra stuff there, and it is going into my chin line, but it's not, it doesn't look too cakey so far. And up here, that brought in a little bit of cakiness, but I do feel like it blended it well. I actually want to use a sponge or a brush on this spot. Okay, so concealer definitely better with a brush, at least under the eyes. Because the sponge kind of just push it into all of my problem little spots versus this side, while you do see them and it does seem like it's accentuating them, it's not like as bad, at least from what I'm seeing in my mirror. Hopefully you guys are, hopefully it looks amazing on camera, but yeah. Okay, so far though, I'm not loving the concealer. I'm gonna let this continue to kind of dry down a little bit before doing the rest of the face products. So I'm gonna switch gears and go into the eye stuff. So for the eye products, I didn't bother looking up what was new and all of that. I wanted to buy a palette that had a color story that I liked, and if I liked the formula, would continue to use. So I went with their Halo Berlin. It's a eyeshadow palette number 10. That's what the packaging looks like. Very pretty. It says, lose yourself in Berlin's hype, art, and vibrant melting pot. A selection of 9 highly pigmented eyeshadows inspired by Berlin's alternative lifestyle, including matte and metallic shades. So really cute packaging. I love what they were going for. And we'll just take this off. It comes with a little mirror. Sorry, just trying to get the plastic off. Okay, and then that is what the inside looks like. So we've got a small mirror, beautiful packaging inside, and just a simple but really well done, I feel like, color story. I feel like these colors here kind of go together, these here go together, these here go together, and then these here go together. That's how I see this palette. We'll have to see how it turns out. I don't know yet what colors I want to do for today, but I felt like this looked like a really versatile palette. And that's kind of why I picked it. So I don't want something too dark, and kind of actually, there's some colors in here that would go well with all of these would go well with my shirt, but there's some that I feel like go really well. And so I'm debating, do I do greens or do I do like more toned down? Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna see if this works. I think I'm gonna try this color as like an all over lid base color. It might be too dark, but we'll see. That's my goal. And then this on the outer corner, and then an inner corner shimmer, one of those. This is a really pretty rust color is all I'll call it. blends well. I think I just maybe picked a bad brush for this though. I'm gonna switch brushes. Go with something a little bit more packing. That's better. Okay. There is a little bit of fallout, but it feels soft. It feels very nice, and it's not like a dramatic amount of fallout. Okay, so it definitely takes some work to build it up, which I was not expecting. I was expecting it to be much darker, but it is easy to blend and to move around so far. Just gonna bring it up a little bit. That's where we're at so far. All right, now I'm gonna go into that green. I'm gonna do an angled brush for this one. And we're gonna go in with this darker green. I do like the way that one looks, but I feel like this one would be the right path for this color. Other brush that I was using and kind of cleaning it up a little. Starting with the top portion. And then kind of just on the lid. There we go. Hopefully it is showing on camera as well it is showing for me. It's not like a bright, it's a dark green, which is what I was hoping for and expecting. And I don't feel like it was hard to put into place. And I also don't feel like it muddled at all. Yeah, okay, I like that. All right, moving on. I'm gonna do a shimmer on the inside corner. And I think I'm gonna go with this one because this one kind of makes me think of like a champagne-y color. So right there. I was kind of debating the gold, but I think I want a little bit of a champagne look. So I'm just going to use my pinky. Oh, okay. Interesting. So on the finger, hopefully you can tell, but it actually looks a little bit more gold to me than that champagne color I was hoping and thinking it was, but we'll see how this looks. Oh, wow. Okay, in person, this is bright, but it is kind of difficult to move. And it's a little patchy. Of course, it could be the application. Maybe it works better with a wet sponge. I mean, not a sponge, a wet brush. Putting on a little bit more, and that definitely helped with the patchiness. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. It's very patchy with this application, so I'm going to take so I'm gonna actually take a tiny little brush, dampen it, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to dip in with that and see what happens. Okay, so far this shimmery look is not easy to work with. Like I'm trying just simply patting, I'm trying a little bit of a smudging movement, I'm trying with a damp brush. And I like the color, but I'm not liking the application. Yeah, it just keeps getting more and more like chunky-fied. So I'm gonna stop right there. I love the color. I feel like if I try to fix this anymore, it's gonna really turn out bad. But I do like the way that these colors work together. So I'm gonna have to go in with maybe a different application, maybe doing a different type of brush that's not damp, and see if that works better next time. But I do like these colors together. I do feel like the mattes were very easy to work with. The shimmer I'm gonna have to play around with and see what can happen with that. Are moving along, and we are now jumping in to bronzing. Let's see, this is their Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder in light. For the light skin, this is 01 Natural. And this, I believe, this one is originally $4.99, and you get 15 grams or 0.52 ounces. It feels like pretty cheap packaging, to be completely honest. Like, it actually does feel cheaper than e.l.f. packaging, which is kind of difficult to do. But it is a pretty big package, and like the embossing is really pretty on that. So I am excited, but this is already scratched up. Like this is completely scratched to crap. And it feels like it's gonna break. So I'm gonna have to see if this actually holds up or not. But we're just going to destroy this beautiful embossing. What does it smell like? It doesn't smell chemically, but it doesn't smell, I don't know, it has a strange smell. Not like bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's just, wasn't expecting that strong of a smell. Okay, this is definitely light, which I normally say the opposite. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be too dark. But that's okay because our foundation is very light, so this is adding more texture. I'm trying just to pat and not like rub because I really don't want to lift that foundation. But I also have to be gentle because if you pat it in too hard, you're going to bring more attention to texture. Okay, I'm putting on a lot more than I normally would, and that's kind of scaring me a little bit because I'm wondering if I'm just not seeing something and you guys are all seeing it. But like that looks like I just did nothing, to me at least. And I am digging in decently well. Okay. There we go. I think it's just a shade maybe too light, which is hard for me to say. This is very light, which is fine. But it's also definitely showing the texture. And I think it's because of the foundation. So I'll definitely have to use this again with a different foundation or even no foundation and see if I like it. The smell is weird to me. The shade is a little bit on the lighter side for me. It feels very soft. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but it is very, very light. But that's okay. I think that gives it a different glow. A more natural look, we'll say. I'm just hoping, because I just have this horrible feeling right now that this is showing very yellow on camera. And if it is, I'm sorry, but it is not showing very yellow to me. It's showing very pale. Almost like it looks like I could make it work, but barely. All right, let's move along. We're going to do highlighter first, and you'll see why in a minute, but it is just the highlighter in the shade 04 Divine. I didn't have many highlight options when I was at the store, so this is what I got. This packaging looks like it's the same as this packaging, but this packaging is actually thicker and feels a little bit better quality. Still, this part is pretty scratched up. It definitely is still on the cheaper side, but it feels a little bit better quality. The embossing is nothing special like it was on the other one. It's got some lines and the name of what it is, which is the highlighter Luminous Glow. Like I said, the shade is Divine. And let's swatch that a little bit. Okay, that's pretty packed in there. You can't even see that on there. Okay, I don't think you guys can see that, but if you can, it is a little bit on the, it's a champagne-y. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right. I don't know if anything's getting on this brush. Okay, I can see the champagne look. I'm not seeing any shimmery. Okay, there we go. Okay, that actually has a really pretty shimmer and really pretty color. Hopefully it's not just like blinding you guys on the camera, but from what I'm seeing, it's actually really nice and it is not clinging to texture or making more texture. So I actually am gonna say I like that. I'm gonna put some on the nose. It's okay there. So far I'll say I like that. The highlighter I believe was also $4.99. No, it was $3.99. Interesting. Okay. Does this one also have a weird smell? Let's see. This one has no smell whatsoever. All right, we're gonna move along to blush. So the reason why I didn't do blush before is because the only blush that they had in stock was this blush. So we're switching gears from powders to, what would this be considered? Liquid-ish? Putty? I don't know. This is their Baby Got blush in the shade 20 Peaches and Cream. That's what it is, cream blush. And it just comes in a cute little tiny plasticky, almost seems like the e.l.f. like lip balms. And you just put it up, and that's kind of what the shade looks like. I'm gonna tap it. Oh, okay, that's a pretty color. Okay, that's definitely blending into the skin very, very well. Adding some more to kind of build that up a little bit. Oh, that is really pretty. Okay, it's a beautiful color. I just have to work on this application. And it definitely blends in, definitely soaks into the makeup. So you can get a very light coverage, or you can, it looks like build it up. I just don't know, because of how well it soaks into the skin, I don't know how long wearing this will be. Okay, I think I need to stop at this point. But this is really pretty. And I actually feel like it's toning down my the texture in this area. It's not lifting the foundation at all, which is also nice. But I definitely need to work on learning how to even out the colors, because I feel like this side is more pinky and this side is more peachy. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I actually really like the smell of that. So far, I'm impressed by that product. Mascara I got is their Viral Mascara. It is the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I did not get them the waterproof one because I don't like waterproof mascaras generally. So this is the tealy color one. They actually have like 4 different versions of this. I just got the one that's viral. And this, I believe, was also $4.99. I'll give you the totals at the end. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. So the wand looks like that, which honestly, I'm worried because I'm not typically a fan of this type of wand. Let's give it a shot. Okay, first impressions of applying, I'm not impressed. It's definitely clumping up a bit. It's not like terrible, and you can work the clumps out, but that means you're going to have to take some time to do it. I will say it is fanning out my lashes decently well. It's not like amazing, but it is decent. The color is great. I don't see a boldness. I would definitely not say that it's making them longer, or maybe, yeah, definitely more curled, but not like dramatic. Okay, I gotta move on to the next lid, to the next side. It's clumping, but it is something you can work out. It's not like it's drying down too fast, which I think is why you're able to work the clumps out. I just wish it didn't have clumps to start with. I will say that on this side, okay, so the end, so the top part is where you can get the more fanning effect. Here is the mascara. First glance, it's $4.99. For $4.99, it is the best mascara I've ever tried. Taking the price out of it though, I'm not the biggest fan so far. You can work those clumps out decently easily, but it does kind of put your lashes, like clump them together, and that I'm not a fan of. But at the same time, if you do use the top part of the wand, you can get more of a fanned out effect. It did make them curl back much better than a lot of other foundations I've had, and the color is nice. I don't see it making a longer effect at all, but I do see the curl effect. It's definitely not a messy one to work with. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it wears on me, but so far it's okay. For $4.99, it's great. If you're willing to spend maybe $8.99, then I would say stay away with this from this. But if you're looking for a brand new first time foundation, or sorry, mascara, or if you are looking for a very, very low budget mascara, this is actually really good. So now that this is all kind of dried down, I'm actually liking it. All right, for lips, again, I was limited on what options I had, but I went with their Hydro Matte Lipstick. It is a long-lasting lipstick in the shade 405 Berry Special, and it's just this really pink packaging. Plastic feels very light, but doesn't feel, well, this part feels cheap, but this part doesn't. This part feels okay. Rolling this up, it does have like a little bit of an embossing in it. It does seem like a smaller than normal lipstick. It's 3.5 grams or 0.12 ounces. I don't know what a normal lipstick is. Hold on. It just looks kind of small to me. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe it's not. Anyway, so I picked this color. Looked like a really pretty one to work with. And it has a decent smell. I'd say it's kind of along the same scent as this blush, but not as strong as the blush. I didn't get a lip liner because I didn't have a coordinating lip liner. So we're just going to put it on as is. feels really nice. That actually feels really nice on my lips. And I actually really like this color. It's a little bit messy to put on, but it's very soft. And I think it has great pigment. Okay, well, that is the final look. Let me take this down. What do you guys think? Do we like the look so far? Well, not so far. This is the end. This is the end, guys. I actually like it. Everything feels very light. You can tell that it is definitely drugstore because there is some quality things that aren't issues but are definitely found better in higher end products. But for a drugstore, I actually think that this came together. The foundation, yes, I'm still seeing some decent amount of texture here and here, and on my forehead. But with the other powder products and with the setting spray, I actually think that it doesn't look bad. I'm going to insert some pictures that I'll be taking in different lights. So maybe my mind will change. We'll have to see. I do think that that concealer is not my jam. It just gave me new issues instead of helping the issues I had. But the colors I feel like really went together well. I really like how light my face feels right now. Like, with the exception of my lips, everything else feels like I'm not wearing anything. And then my lips, I only feel like I'm wearing something because it feels super soft and velvety almost. So yeah, I'm actually very pleased by that. And the mascara is growing on me. Now this is where it's really going to grow on me. And this is what is kind of why I wanted to do this line. So I did basically this full face without any discounts, without any sales. You would be paying $50.91 for all the items I used from Essence today. $50, and that's it. And you've got pretty much your full face. That cannot be beat with a decent brand. Okay? That is price-wise amazing. Now, I didn't pay $50.91. No, I paid less. I only paid $32.26, which means that this is my new favorite brand because $32.26. That is amazing. How did I pay that? Well, I had two different discounts. One was a sale that I actually see at Ulta with this brand quite often, which was buy two items, get one free. That really saves a lot. And then I did also have a $10 off of $50 purchase. This purchase just got at the $50.91 mark without the previous sale. So I added in another item that wasn't Essence, and that brought me enough to get to use that discount. So with those two discounts, I did bring it down to $32.26. But even if you have no discounts, all these items I showed you today, you could get for $50. That's amazing. In the makeup world, that is amazing. You could easily get one super small item for $50 in the makeup world. Why not get basically a full face? I am interested to see what the wear test on this will be. I will hopefully have an update for you on that either on my Instagram, or maybe I'll just put it in the description box below, or a pinned post. So far, so good. I am really enjoying it. I love the way the eyes came came together. I really like this as an everyday type look. That is today's full face video of Essence. If you like these full face videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so I know to continue to make more like this. And if you are not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I will see you all in a video very soon. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.